Welcome to Home Team Advantage. I'm Gary Gimbetti along with Mike Egan, and he's already trying to crack jokes already before we even started the show.
I kind of threw you off there when you saw that clock come on. You kind of went, duh.
Duh. That's how I sound anyway. Doesn't matter. But welcome back. We had we were gone last week because I had
Somebody was gone. It wasn't me.
previous engagement down in Minneapolis covering the Cherry Boys basketball team on Thursday. So that was so I was not here, obviously. Mike wasn't in Florida.
What's your personal observation on the Cherry game? They ran out of gas? Or that other team just hit too many threes?
They hit too many threes. The kid that, like the coach told me, he goes, if you'd have told me he was going to beat us, I would have not lost any sleep over it, because there was a Stratmoen, I think his name was, and he hit some clutch threes at very crucial times. Mm-hmm. But Dawson Boyd hit. They got up on him in the middle of the second half, and they started moving the ball too fast. Made a couple of turnovers. Cherry came back, and I'm sitting there thinking, well, I'm sitting at courtside. It's like, that can't be his game plan. Why would you, when you're ahead, wouldn't you take your time? Now, unless you have a wide open layup or something.
Right.
But they were making passes that didn't seem to be the smartest passes to be making at that point. They should have just brought the ball up and did that, but Cherry took advantage of it and got back within 5 or 4 or something. But then all of a sudden, this kid started hitting threes, and that extended it up to double-digit lead. But they're good. Dawson Boyd was very good, and not that Cherry wasn't, but when you have 6'7", 6'8", or something in the middle there.
Where are they located? You know? Must be a southern school?
Yeah, they're in this. I would assume southwest part of the state, but I'm not sure. I know Bold is down. The first team they played is down in the southwestern part of the state as well. So
Had a combination of 4 schools, Bold?
Yeah, it was Bird. From what I understand, it used to be Bird Island, Lake Lillian.
Oh, okay.
And if you remember that school, back in, I think, 1980 and 1981, they won back-to-back state championships. Okay. And I believe Barry Wohlers was on those two teams, and he was a standout basketball player. And that's what I asked the coach after the game. I goes, when was the last time you were in state? And he goes, well, as this conglomerate of schools, they had never been to state before.
Okay.
So this was their first time, I think, since when they formed it in like 1990 or something, I want to say. I might be wrong on that one. But they had never been to state, and they come into state this year. Very good team. But again, it was close, and then Cherry started pulling away at the end. And then I watched the Lake Nevis game the Nevis game on my computer at home, because I didn't go down there on Friday. Nevis was pretty good, and again, it was a close game, but Cherry was able to pull it out. And I didn't get to see the Dawson Boyd game. I should have. Maybe I should have watched it. But then I got down there and Saturday morning, and very good team. I might have watched some of that game and saw that they were pretty decent.
How do you like watching the game in the barn?
Oh, it's great.
Isn't that great?
From where we were sitting at courtside, you can't beat it.
They have the bench where the players are. There's those 2 stairwells that go down the basement. Mm-hmm. That one on the left, I went down that one time.
You fell down it or went down?
Slid off the floor and down I went.
Down you went? You played there, huh?
Twice.
Wow.
2 state tournaments.
Wow, okay. Ooh, we have greatness. I have greatness sitting to my right here, playing in a state tournament, because I know I never got that chance to play in a state tournament.
That's back when we wore short shorts.
Yeah. Oh. And probably no tans.
No tans.
Because it's the middle of winter.
Right.
And so ghost legs.
Yeah.
Going all
the
over
old
the
Converse
place.
tennis shoes.
Yeah, the canvas.
Tops.
Yeah, the canvas one.
Now every kid on the streets wearing them.
They came back as a fashion statement. And they used to be for basketball purposes.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun.
What's nice about that floor is it's got springs underneath it. People don't realize that.
Uh-huh.
So us average white guys added about a 3-inch jump to our jump.
But yeah, it kind of shocked me because Noah Sundquist is that one guy who will take he'll go in, I guess if you want to call it a lone break,
Yep.
and he'll usually dunk it. But he went in on one and
And he did.
he did not dunk it. He laid it in. He made it.
That was towards the end. When he
Yeah,
scored the ball.
and I don't get why he did unless he didn't feel good going up.
Yeah.
And you don't want to miss
No.
at that point either. I mean, so yeah, that was kind of weird though to see that because he usually gets the crowd going for them, but I don't know why he did not dunk that one. And then he had the goaltending.
Right.
Yeah, which he was up there on that one, but that ball, I was sitting right at the side of that basket, and that ball was still on the rim when he went up and touched it. So it was unfortunate that they didn't get that one. But no, they had a good year. They're like what? He told me in 4 years they were like 117-16.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they have a very good run, and obviously they still have Isaiah and Noah Asima coming back next
and
year.
Another Brown kid.
Caleb Brown will be
Caleb
there.
Brown's there.
And we'll see how that goes. But Caleb didn't even see the floor in that championship game, and he's usually a pretty big part of that.
Yeah.
So I was kind of weird too to see, but he'll get his chance next year. He's a senior. He'll probably be starting every game. So good luck to them. Congratulations on a great year for Jordan and them. And it hurt. I know it hurt. But you can't overlook the fact that no kind of season you had either.
Well, they got there.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I know we always say that. You were there. Nobody else was down there to experience it. But that's usually the case. I mean,
No other big surprises in the tournament as far as winners.
Not that I could think of, and obviously we talked about. I don't know if we talked about the Wayzata Hopkins game that happened during the regular season where they had a little bit of a brush up at the end of the game.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Coaches got. I think we might have talked about that on the
scuffle.
show. Yes, that wasn't really any fighting. I'm not going to say that. And of course Wayzata is where Megan Potter now
Right.
is the AD. But that Hopkins won that game, and then in the section finals it ended up being Wayzata. And then Wayzata ended up winning the 4A title, I believe. Yeah. So over Crete and Durham Hall. So if you don't like the private schools, at least
well, congrats to Wayzata and to Megan Potter.
yeah. And at least she didn't have to deal with any extracurricular activities, evidently, after the section game. So that's a good thing.
Hibbing High School, we've got track.
Track has started. They were at it's the Greenway Nashua Keewatin indoor meet they held
At Lake Superior.
at University of Wisconsin Superior, which again we need a field house with a 400-meter track. So so we don't have to travel to Superior. So let's get on the ball here in this town. I know the money's running short, I guess, but
You've been watching your old buddy, Mr. Biden, because he used to do that all the time, too.
but yeah.
Watch me now.
But they ended up, the boys won their part of the meet, the girls won their part of the meet. I should have the results up in front of me here, but I didn't do that, of course, because we're so unprepared here. But it's that was nice to see. I mean, they had
Great start.
We won a bunch of events,
Yep.
and so that's good.
That's another program at the high school, like Coach Trenziano in the swimming program. There's always successful as the years go by, and same with the track now, and also with the cross country. And isn't it funny that some of the same kids run,
Yeah.
same coaches?
Well, you have, I'll say Tara Hertling's going to be one heck of a runner this year for the team. She'll garner a lot of points for the team, and I see in the I don't know what your granddaughter ran in last week, but
She didn't.
She didn't run.
I
Oh,
think
she
she's going to run. She told me the 800.
Okay.
I said, "Is that feet?"
Did she laugh at that, or?
She goes, "Grandpa, you can't even go half of that." I go, "You got that right."
Yeah, I couldn't go 200 yards, let alone 400. Or
Put one of them hurdles in front of me?
Yeah,
No way.
But yeah, she'll dominate, and then we've got Bryn. I think it's Bryn Babbitt. She'll dominate in some of the sprints, and
And the boys have
Boys,
some good runners.
they'll have their relay, their 800 relay should be really good
Yeah.
with Brady Janicic, and I don't remember if Jake Wally was on that relay or not, but those two will vie. Whether they'll run to 3,200 or not, we'll see.
Yep.
But I was going to say in the girls 3,200, I don't know. There was only like 6 runners, and 5 of them were from Hibbing, so I don't know what that event's going to look like in the area. I'm sure Cloquet and Duluth and all those places have 3,200 runners, but we'll see what happens.
But it's not just a running. Now there's the high jump,
Oh yeah, they have all the field
Long
events.
jump.
Yeah.
the shot put,
Yep. And the discus, pole vault, if you didn't
Pole
say
vault.
that. And that was another one where we kind of dominated in that indoor meet was the pole vault.
Yeah.
We had 5 or 6 individuals in that.
It was a few years ago, the young lady from Hibbing.
Julia Girardi,
Julia
who's
Girardi did
at
well.
NDSU, I still
Yeah.
believe, competing in the college ranks. So, yeah, that's in the Brownlees. I don't know their first name, but it's a husband and wife, but they're the ones that coach it.
Yeah.
Took over for Dan Moberg, I believe, and they're doing a fine job there.
Good.
Tony Sikic is the new track coach, head boy, or at least boys coach. Serena Sullivan is the girls coach. As seen as James got the AD's job, they don't want him coaching, as far as I know. I don't know what kind of rule that is, but
Because of the amount of time involved in it, I think they're kind of gearing him to be away from it a little bit more, but he's still the cross-country coach.
okay.
Oh.
Well, I think he deserves that honor. I mean, he's taken. I mean, it's been what, 4 times, 3
Right.
times now.
Yep.
They've won the section, so yeah, I don't know if cross country takes a whole lot of time out of his day, but the track would. I could see where track
That's-
would be a.
Best event to watch, cross-country. You watch them take off, you go about 30 feet this way, and here they come back. The
Finishing.
finish line.
Yeah, you watch them start, you watch
That's
them
what it
finish,
is, yeah.
and that's all you need to see is the start and the finish.
Hey, what do we have today? I forgot to.
I have cinnamon sugar mocha,
Hey, how you like that? You calling me Sugar now?
Sugar-na.
Sugar.
sugar.
Cinnamon Sugar. Yes, Caribou Coffee, our unofficial official sponsor.
of Home Team Advantage. So that tennis starts with a scrimmage on Friday down by Elk River, I think, and then they're supposed to have a meet in Elk River. I'm not sure where they are on either day. I know Saturday, I believe they are in Elk
Yeah.
River, but they're supposed to officially start their season.
Indoors.
Well, that's what it sounds like right now. I mean, otherwise they would play outdoors, but they had actually an outdoor practice at the Lincoln yesterday, and they'll have probably one today there. And he'll decide which 14 or so players he's taking down there.
I'm sure there's a difference, and I should ask Coach Conda, playing in 30-degree weather and playing in 80-degree weather. How's the ball bounce? A little bit different?
Yeah, that's a good question. I
Yeah.
don't know if it bounces different, but it's certainly not good on the body.
No.
But yeah, so they're getting going. Obviously, baseball, softball have started practice, mostly indoors right now. So, but you know what I noticed though, because there's a lot of kids jumping sports this year.
Yeah.
There are some guys that should have been out for one sport that went out for another one,
Oh,
and I'm not mentioning any names or what the sports are, but I've noticed that, and I just want to say that the sport they jumped from, they were very good at, you know. So I hope they enjoy what they're doing at this point.
there's no particular reason, or
I don't know.
I didn't know we had that many sports to jump back and
Well,
forth.
and it's not a ton of kids, but it's some
Yeah.
that could make a difference, you know. So we'll see. I mean, I know more power to them.
Yeah.
They don't want to. Maybe they're sick of that sport and they don't want to play it again or whatever. But that's the way it goes.
Well, you should play as many as you can, as often as you can, because there's may come a day when they may not be around.
Well, I hope that never happens.
I hope it never happens either, but
And there might be one. I talked to one athlete who said they were playing 2 sports this fall or this spring.
oh, okay.
So we'll see how that goes. I mean, I don't know how true that is, but we'll see.
Well,
So we'll see how that goes.
we got what's his name that played baseball and football? Same sport? Well, besides Bo Jackson?
Oh, oh, I can't
Played for
remember. Deion
Dallas.
Sanders
Deion Sanders.
played
yeah.
both.
Yeah.
But yeah, but to do it in one season that's going to be. We'll see how that person handles it. So, but no names again and no sports because I'm not here breaking news or anything.
No.
It's
Breaking news.
Yeah.
Getting away from the high school, we'll get a little bit into the.
Well,
I'll let you finish up what you.
The
got.
college baseball team has been. They played yesterday outside. I believe they were down at Minnesota State.
Okay.
And I know Mesabi Range played somebody over in at Rock Ridge. So the college baseball team's getting outside already. So,
Is
but
there a
now,
college softball team?
I don't think
No?
so.
Okay.
I think Babe didn't quit. He had about 5 women quit.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So because they had clinicals, if you want to put that in quotes, air quotes, and in the nursing program, and again, I don't know how tough that is.
No.
I mean, I'm sure it's not easy, but yeah. So I don't think that they have a team this year,
Oh, that's too bad.
and it's just I don't know. It's hard because we need football back and we need women's basketball back and all that stuff, but again, money.
Well, money's a big thing, and you get rid of the sport, it's pretty tough to bring it back.
Mhm. That's the thing. It's it's hard to bring it back once you lose it. So,
And look at us.
well, we keep coming
Look how
back.
many years we've lost. But we keep coming back.
Yeah, we're not. Nobody's gonna until the FCC kicks us off the air. We're coming back as long as we can.
Well, as long as we have our sister station, ESPN, to carry the load for us, we're okay.
Yeah, here's what I told you. I would now, and of course Ron has to hear this again, and it's not about my truck, but last week, which I don't want to talk about anymore either, but I got a text last week from Easy Pass
Okay.
saying I owed money.
Yeah.
Now, Easy Pass is a legitimate thing in Minnesota because I think if you take the toll roads down in the cities, you have to have a card.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know we had any toll roads in the city.
Well, it's that far left lane if you get down. Once you get down there,
Oh, you mean, yeah, the 2 lane, yeah. If you, got,
once you get to 694
Yeah.
or somewhere in there,
Yeah.
Highway 10,
if you got more than 2 people in the car, you can.
you can go in that lane.
Yeah.
Now that lane was open to all when we were going down there, so
Yeah.
it wasn't like it was. So
You got that text that told said you owed a lot
I
of money.
owed money.
Yeah, I got that too.
Oh, did you?
Oh yeah, everybody did.
So and then my whole point is, and I knew it was a scam, but when they tell you they're going to take you to the Department of Motor Vehicles, you
Yeah.
kind of got to think about it a
Yeah.
little bit. But you don't ever click on that. If anybody watching this show, I don't know how many people we have, but if you ever get a text like that, don't ever click on the link.
Oh, there you go. Say that fast 3 times.
Click on
Click
the
on
link.
click the link.
Don't ever do it. Don't ever, because my wife did get on the phone and found the phone number and called them. And the recording that comes on says, will never ever contact you by text.
No,
So if you're getting texts, they're scamming
they're
you.
scamming you. Yep.
Okay.
But unfortunately, there's a lot of people that fall for it.
Well, and again, please don't.
Yep.
Because my own personal thing was that got to me.
No.
That they were going to take me to the Department of Motor Vehicles. No, I didn't click on any links because I'm not that. I don't think I'm that naive
Yeah.
to think that I knew I was getting scammed on that one, so I got rid of it. But then the next day or the 2 days later, I got another link or another text on a toll that I owed,
Yeah, got that one too.
and it was a 63 number to start with.
Yeah.
Which is not a legitimate Minnesota or I don't think United States number. So the number obviously comes from the Philippines, from what I understand. And they were going to take me to court or have me arrested if I didn't pay this link. So you got the same thing, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good morning, Mr. G and Betty. We
Yeah.
have
Yeah, you owe us some money. But again, I can't say it strongly enough, is don't ever, if you get one of those texts, don't ever click on the link. And this is if this is a public service announcement, so
Boy,
be
I'm
it.
going to say we cover more than sports here. Boy,
Well,
we're PBS and we're not going to get any more federal funding.
no. But please don't click on those links. Just ignore them, throw them away, delete them, and then say report as junk. And
Yeah.
I suppose if you have to, block it.
You can report that to the police department too.
Well, I probably should have.
So,
But yeah, so don't ever do that. Well, I'm glad I'm not. I know I wasn't the only one that
No.
got them, but I mean it's still scary a little bit.
somebody had it on Facebook too. Not that I look at that all the time, but somebody had it on there that it was a scam and not to fall for it. So,
Yeah. So now I got that off my chest.
Good.
So what do you want to talk about? You want to talk about Aaron Rodgers or?
Yeah, we can, but before we go, I just want to, if I could, just make a personal note and congratulate the new owners of Premier Fitness. Is now going to be called Steel Fitness. Galen Steele and his wife took it over and wished them the best of luck. And he, young, energetic, got a lot of things going for him, and it'll be a nice deal for him. But anyways, Aaron Rodgers, I still think the Vikings are going to try to sign him.
Mm-hmm.
I think they'll try to sign him to an incentive contract so that he can do better than what Brett Favre did here. Because they're still talking about it, even though their GM,
Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah.
yeah, the guy with all the alphabet in his name, was on this morning, and he said that they're really happy with McCarthy. He's doing his job, and he's progressing, but he's never played in an NFL regular season game. And, if they can get a veteran quarterback to back him up, and if they get him for the right price, Aaron Rodgers backed up Brett Favre for how many years, and look how he turned out. The only thing I drawback I don't like, and a lot of people don't like it, is his attitude or his
Whether or not he'd be a good fit in the locker room
Right,
with these
right.
guys would be
But
I think the deciding factor.
Who gives a hoot?
Well,
You're getting 30, 40, $50 million a year to play football. Do I care if I get along with a guy next to me in the locker room?
well, you don't have to. Again,
Like
you
him.
don't have to like him. You don't have to get along with everybody,
Yeah.
but you do have to make sure you're on the same page when you're playing.
As a quarterback, I want to make sure I keep all my offensive linemen happy.
Well, yeah. Well, and there you brought that up. I'm glad because that's what the Vikings did in the
Yep.
free agency is they allegedly
Some beef.
put some better players on the
Yep.
offensive line and defensive
Defense.
line. So we'll see. Obviously, we're not going to find out until they start playing.
Right.
So
But I still think he's going to be here.
if he's not, the other two names that have come up have been Joe Flacco and Ryan
Yep.
Tannehill. And Tannehill, the unfortunate part about him is he sat out last year,
Yep.
whereas Flacco has played the last 2 years. So he might be the better backup if they go that direction.
Right.
But we can't put words in their mouth and say they're doing this and that.
And they're still going to do a lot of stuff before and after the draft. So, Wild.
Yeah, they're, what are they, 4 or 6 points clear of not making the playoffs right now. And in my personal opinion,
They don't belong in a playoff.
I don't hope they don't make it.
No.
I don't know how you can, with the way they started, I don't know how you can be in a desperation mode right now, having to win games. But they're hurt. Erickson, Eck, and Kaprizov are hurt.
Well, it was every week they got 3 or 4 guys that are hurt. I mean, but now Kaprizov, have they even said what's wrong with him?
No, they never tell you. Lower body injury. Erickson, Eck, lower body injury.
What, you got bad butt cheek?
I don't know.
what
That's a
the
good question. Obviously, Kaprizov had surgery.
hell? Right.
So, I mean, that takes at least 4 to 6 weeks to heal.
Yeah.
I get that. Supposedly, they're all supposed to be back by playoff time. But the part that bugs me, and again, I'm not inside, I'm not in the inner workings. I don't know what they can and they can't do. But Bill Guerin did not do anything at the trade deadline. Gus Nyquist and Justin Brazo.
Yeah.
I mean-
those two, that's not there.
Yeah, that didn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
I know they traded the Hustadinov kid over to Boston for Brazu and what's his name, Lauken or something, or Lauko. Yeah, I think it's Lauko, Jakob Lauko or something. But I'd rather have the Hustadinov kid here
Yep.
because he was doing just as much as Brazo was. And I'm not knocking the guy. The guy is obviously very talented and can play in the NHL. I mean,
Yeah.
you just don't make it there, because you
On
can't
good looks.
play.
Yeah.
But if he is scoring as little as the new guy is, I mean, who cares? I mean, at least maybe they're playing defense a little bit more.
Again, they don't have the peer shooter.
No, not right now.
And a lot of the guys are hurt a lot of times, and Garen can't make the excuse that it's a money thing anymore because the $180 million contracts are done this year.
Which is it's at the end of this year, so I don't know what the handicap was this year. And again, I'm not in there. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know what he can and cannot do. But were we supposed to jump out of our seats when we acquired Gus Nyquist and Justin Brazo? I mean, I just don't see it.
No.
I don't understand. But
Well, the big rumor is, they were going to try to get Crosby because it's Fuller and him are great friends, and he didn't look too good last night either,
No.
the other night. So,
well, Crosby's getting to the end of his career.
yep.
But so is Ovechkin, and look what he's doing. And they play him tonight.
Tonight,
He's like 6 goals away from breaking Gretzky's record of goals.
I hope he doesn't break it.
Well, if he doesn't do it this year, he's coming
He'll
back,
come back
next
next year
year.
to do it.
He'll need less than 5 goals if he doesn't do it this year.
Doom and gloom, Timberwolves probably won't make the playoffs either.
Yeah, that's another team. And again, when they traded for Rudy Gobert, it took them about a year to get acclimated to all that. And now they traded Towns, and it's probably going to take them another year to get acclimated to that. They will probably be in one of the play-in games unless they can they have 9 games left, unless they can put a 9-game winning streak together. Then they might move up into.
But I have to admit, their young kids, the rookies, they've been playing really well. And like you said, maybe it's going to take a year or two before they're. And it's not the coach.
No.
So,
Chris Finch is a very good coach.
Yep.
And so is John Hines. I mean, don't get me
Yep.
wrong. I'm not. Both of them are very good coaches. I want to put that out on record. Not that they care,
Yep.
but it just they're not pounding the ball into submission anymore.
Nope.
Randall's moving it. Edwards is moving it, but boy, they got to find some chemistry here, or they might not. Well, they'll make one of the top 10 teams.
Yeah.
They'll be one of the top 10 teams. But that play-in stuff is pretty iffy.
Well, we can get into that next week.
Yeah.
Anyways,
All right. Well, we've come to the end of another show. We hope you enjoyed it. For Mike Egan, I'm Gary Gimbetti. We'll see you again on Home Team Advantage.
For over 25 years, U.S. Bank, located at 211 East Howard Street in Hibbing, Minnesota, has provided office and studio space for Hibbing Public Access Television. We are thankful for their ongoing support. Up North Lettering specializes in embroidery and heat vinyl press applications, along with patches and letter jackets. For more information, call them at 218-966-7850. HPAT would like to thank them for their donation and support. Hibbing Public Access TV may be viewed on these platforms: hpat.org with video on demand, Mediacom Hibbing 802, 805, and 807. On Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV. Download the Hibbing Public Access TV app for your iPhone and Android devices. Find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Vimeo. For more information, scan the QR code and go to hpat.org.